When you enter the dining hall in the west wing, you're immediately bombarded with gentle sounding music that trickles from above at a different level. It's being played on a single string instrument from unseen master of the arts. The ground floor that you're at is one large 50-foot square room with arched lead glass windows. A cauldron sits on an iron rack above a fire hearth, the only fire permitted within the abbey. Above the fireplace, there's a mantle of a golden disc engraved with the symbol of the morning lord, Lathander. In one corner, a wooden staircase climbs upward to an upper level where the music's coming from, while in another corner, a staircase descends into darkness. Several chairs are surrounded by a long wooden table that stretches nearly the length of the entire room. On the table, there's wooden dishware, gold candelabras, silverware, and they're all neatly arranged. But one thing catches your attention. It's not Dr. Gressenstein. However, standing behind the table is a young, beautiful woman with rosy red skin wearing a black gown. But she's wearing a white ivory mask covering her face. Her hair is black, and it's bundled neatly up high above her head, and there are two white streaks on both sides that go up. You do notice this beautiful woman, through the white mask, a la Phantom of the Opera, her dark eyes are darting back and forth, trying to take in the sights of these new visitors. Dr. Gressenstein walks over to her and proudly stands next to her, and he places his arms around her. My friends, this is a good day. We're going to celebrate. Let me introduce you to Vasilka. And he points over, and you see this woman standing there watching you all. Vasilka, don't be rude. Say hello.
Hello. Nice to see you here this evening.
Vasilka talks clearly and articulate, not like 13, but she talks a slower, slurred sounding voice. Something may be wrong, but at this moment, you cannot think of it. The music has stopped. Dr. Gressenstein says, please, everyone, come take a seat at the table. Is everyone going to sit down?
Sure.
Good. Okay.
No.
Absolutely.
So,
Can I sit closest to him?
So wait, where?
Can I sit closest to the doctor?
Yeah, you can. We'll just put you guys randomly like this. Vasilka, please bring your figure. Now, for people, if you're watching at home on the stream, Vasilka is a very athletic, attractive woman physically. Everything about her, her skin, the way the dress fits on her, her body, but she wears a white mask, and that's kind of odd. Another thing you happen to notice, and what I would like to do is go around the room very slowly with perception rolls, and this has to be a high roll. So we're going to start with Aslug, the Bloodbringer. That's not going to happen.
19.
Yes, you're good.
14.
Nope.
11.
Nope. Nat. Wow.
Yeah.
No.
Both you and you, especially of you, as you're taking in the sides of Vasilka, and the rest of you are trying to put your nose on about what is up with this girl, you both immediately see that underneath her mask, down her neck, going towards the cleavage area, are streams of liquid. You can't tell if it's saliva, tear ducts, or something worse. It's very subtle, but you both pick up on it. But you...
What's worse?
What, yeah, it's like, hey, I've had worse in Vegas. Oh, hey. Last call, it's all good. But since you got the nat 20, another thing you notice that nobody else has picked up on, Vasilka has very, very hairline seams or incisions around all of her appendages. And you pick up on that really quick. But the rest of you, she looks normal. Please take a seat. Please, everyone, sit down. Vasilka, let's get some wine for our guests.
Yes, my lord.
Vasilka, you insult me. Do not call me my lord. It is Anton.
Yes, my lord.
Made himself a girl.
Vasilka goes over and she starts pouring wine for everyone at the table. If you do not drink wine, just raise your hand and she will not.
No wine.
Aslug wants no wine.
Extra.
You good?
Plenty, actually.
Yep.
I'll drink.
You'll drink wine?
Yeah, you can just.
Okay. You guys are drinking wine. You notice Dr. Gressenstein as he's holding his wine glass and he's stirring the liquid. His eyes are obsessively watching Vasilka as she goes around the table, pouring the glasses, almost like he's proud or maybe he's obsessed. Vasilka finishes pouring the wine. She goes over towards the hearth to start preparing a stew or dinner that's going to come forward. In front of you all is also wooden bowls. Dr. Gressenstein sits back as he looks at her, and he looks all at you at the head of the table, and he holds up his glass. A toast. A toast to Aslog the Bloodbringer.
Woo!
Woo! Yes, here we are.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! He drinks and he puts it down. Vasilka, can you please bring the stew for our guests?
Yes, my lord.
It's Anton.
Don't fall to pieces. You got this.
So Vasilka walks over to the table, and who do you serve first? Vasilka, you see her go over to the cleric, and she stands over with this hot bowl, and you see the smoke and the steam going upward to the sky and dissipates, and you guys smell the scent of oils and soup and a rabbit stew. She has a ladle in her hands.
Suit me.
Pour it on her. Keep it in the bowl.
And Asuka, as she's pouring the soup, it splashes all over Severa's lap. And make a constitution roll.
Like in Frank, Dr. Frank, Young Frankenstein.
16.
Pour it on.
Okay, you're about to scream, but you hold it in, and she spills it all over your lap, and she completely misses the bowl. Her eyes meet your eyes, and you guys all catch this. And she stands over you, looking at you.
My
I'm
character
so
will,
sorry.
My character will
Oh, are you?
stand up.
Okay, when this happens, Bran stands up almost like a protective father, and you see this as well. Dr. Gresson, no, this was an accident. Vasilka, please apologize once again.
Punish the servants. Do it. Punish them. Elbow.
I'm very sorry for the inconvenience.
It
Do
was...
you have a napkin?
She needs a napkin. Vasilka, my dear, please, get the napkin.
Yes, my lord.
He quickly looks at you, the doctor, and he says, my dear, I apologize. She has a medical issue, and we're trying to work it out.
Okay. That's all right.
Okay, he sits back down at the table. Vasilka goes and stands in the corner of the room, very quiet-like and creepy. Dr. Anton looks around the table. So we briefly spoke, at least some of us did, and he looks over at Tonic, in the tavern over in Veliki. But I would like to know you more better since you'll be guests this evening. And he looks over at you, Joy. I can tell by your instrument, you obviously love the arts.
Yes, that's true. At the inn, you might have heard me. I was playing music there too before the fight broke out, and I was on the ground and unconscious.
It was nice music.
Thank you.
My dear, I love the arts. In fact, I am trying to teach Vasilka the arts and etiquette. Vasilka! He claps twice like this. Vasilka walks over, sort of bobbling her head, and she stands next to you. Would you be so kind as to show Vasilka some dance moves?
Yeah.
Brown chicken,
Wonderful.
brown cow.
Definitely. What kind of dance are you most interested in, Vasilka?
Whatever you care to show me.
So, are you going to do it?
Yeah.
In your head, you start hearing faint piano music.
Mm-hmm.
You start having flashback, Ratatouille moments of you playing at the greatest inns in Waterdeep and Baldur's Gate, and you feel the music. You get up, and you guys see Joy stand up. Are you actually going to do some dancing?
Yeah.
Get your dice. I need a performance roll.
God. I need to roll with.
I will give you some
Here's-
guidance.
Here's +6, and I'll do the guy.
Yeah.
This Joy starts to move, and all of a sudden,
Boo. That's 15.
That's
you
good.
like, that's good. She starts moving very elegantly, and Vasilka's watching, and she's trying to mimic, but she's doing it clumsily. And you're moving, and you're all of you actually impressed. This is the first time you've seen Joy move so elegantly as well.
Yeah, joy.
Wow.
Then I like take her and I'm like, just follow me. I'll lead you. I'll do the male parts, and then we dance, and it's like a slow ballroom.
Let's do a persuasion roll to see if you can get her to follow
Alright.
your lead. And that's
+8.
15 or higher.
16 + 8.
Wow, good
24.
job.
Hey.
Suddenly, Vasilka, who seemed very clumsy at first, she begins to start moving and swaying to the music a lot more professionally with Joy, the bard.
So beautiful.
Excellent! Gressenstein starts applauding. Excellent! Excellent! Vasilka, you may leave us now.
Yes, my lord.
Anton? She goes waddling over and stands in the shadows once again, very creepy-like with this white ivory mask. Dr. Gressenstein looks over at the paladin. Holy warrior, I've seen many of your kind back when I was an abbot. What about you? Tell us.
Well, I had to tell you all about it there. Steen or Stein?
It is Dr. Gressenstein, but you can call me Anton.
Anton. Yeah, it was a rough childhood, you know. All the other children were so jealous, you know. I was so much stronger and faster and better looking.
Oh.
It was tough, and at times I felt very alienated. Fortunately, you know, Torm called upon me to be one of the vessels, to be a paladin of the cause, and I was able to find other like-minded people such as myself, you know, good-looking, faster, stronger, that kind of thing. We all get along great. I happen to fall in with my companions here. It's been fun. Haven't seen much hospitality really. Was sort of looking more for that. You know, Strahd being the lord of the land, he should have invited me. Obviously, that would have been the prudent thing to do. He has not done that. Obviously, for this and many other transgressions, I'm gonna rip him apart.
Me too.
Well,
Here, here.
he grabs, Dr. Gressenstein grabs his wine, and he hears what you said, and he stirs it, and as he looks at you, he slowly drinks the wine. As he pulls the glass away from him, the reflection from the hearth fireplace reflects off of it almost beautifully, and he looks at you, he licks his lips and says, I do see why you are physically adequate, my friend. You guys all sort of catch a weird vibe, maybe it's sexual nature that the doctor may have towards him.
Just because I don't want to go to the prom doesn't mean I don't like being asked.
That's exactly.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
and he after he drinks it, he puts it down. He says, "As far as Count Strahd von Zarevich, he is a misunderstood lord of the lands. You got to understand, if you lived for all eternity, and everyone that you've loved and held dearly to you kept dying, growing old and sickly, you would go mad yourself. Now, I'm not saying that the Count himself is mad, but he is angered and frustrated. And hopefully one day he will find a match suited for him that will not grow old, that will love him for all eternity. And then you will not have to worry about Strahd von Zarevich and his angered ways." And when he says this, he sort of glances over in the corner at Vasilka standing quietly in the shadows. He looks over at Bron. "My friend, you look like you are from Barovia. What brings you with these people here?"
I am simple traveler who happened upon these lovely people. We have been fortunate to enjoy your hospitality, which is rare in Barovia.
"Here, here," and he holds up the wine glass and he takes a sip of it, puts it
I
down.
am curious, you say now, you say the Strahd is misunderstood.
Indeed he is, aren't we all? In fact, when you go in the woods and a bear attacks, is it because the bear hates you? No, the bear requires sustenance. It doesn't eat you because it's trying to do out of anger. It does for survival. And with you, and he points to you, Cassidy, stub your toe and scream out in pain. It's not out of anger, it's just a reaction. And then he looks over at the cleric, Severin. And you, my dear, if your grandfather or great-grandfather did not grow old, or somebody promised you they can live forever, you would accept that, would you not?
But he kills people.
Agreed, he has odd ways, and I am not condoning them, but if we can reach Strahd and somehow give him a true love that does not grow old, he may not be as evil as we think he will be.
Anton.
Can't he just
True
turn
love
the
is not
person
that
he loves
powerful.
into a
Yeah,
vampire?
we got some
Okay,
dead
Anton is watching everyone right now and says,
What else does a bear do in the woods besides eat things?
he looks at you kind of oddly.
Yes, it's what the Count has been doing to this place for centuries. In order to put a stop.
Now, what did you say? He
If
looks
he
at you.
turns the person he loves into a vampire, wouldn't they also live forever with him?
Yes, but they do not have control of their own faculties, you see. They may be alive, but they are not alive. There's a difference. Whereas, if we can find someone or something that can think and be themselves and not under control of a master magician, so say, or a hypnotist, then that is a good thing. Don't you agree, my pirate friend? And he gestures towards you.
I disagree.
Explain! And he grabs the wine glass. You see him pour some
As far
wine.
as I'm concerned, Strahd is a son of a bitch. He has my mother in Ravenloft's castle, and I'm coming for her.
Okay, he says, where did you receive that information?
That's something that I don't think that I need to be telling you.
Well, if you're new to these lands, and I'm sure you understand what I'm about to say, Castle Ravenloft is not the place you want to be. Matter of fact, far from it. And if you decide to go to Castle Ravenloft, make sure you make arrangements because you will never return. And I pray that you guys do not make that decision.
Well, his
The
mother is in
decision-
there.
The decision's already made on my part, right?
Well, is anything I can do tomorrow morning to set you on your journey to hopefully provide a safe passage, I will do what I can. And he looks at you. My dear, you and I have a kinship, for I was once a man of the cloth.
Okay.
Religion and science, the same coin. What brings you to Barovia?
Well, I was just hanging out with these people when we woke up here. We were on an adventure and woke up here. We don't know how we got here.
Having you here brings light to my heart. For me who once worshipped the morning Lord, appreciate somebody such as yourself in the radiance of faith coming to these dark lands. With that, he holds up the wine glass. I salute you, young lady. He puts his head down. He sort of looks at everybody else as he holds up the glass. Nobody else is going to do it?
Thank
Joy?
you. I'll hold up to
Begrudge-
myself.
And he holds it up,
begrudgingly
and he
do
takes,
it.
he takes a sip, and he places it down.
Thank you for those kind words.
And may the morning Lord, the Thunder, watch over you.
You as well. Maybe.
He smiles.
You heard the gods.
He smiles and he sort of swishes the wine glass. His eyes glance over to the dark corner where Vasilka stands like a statue. His eyes go towards Aslug. He makes eye contact with you, but immediately, boom, his eyes go straight to your hand. And he sort of reaches and he goes to stop. And he says, may I? He starts looking at it and inspecting it. Areas are seemed inflamed. I'll tell you what. And he reaches inside his jacket and he pulls out a small vial with a purple liquid. He gives it to you. Drink a quarter of this each day. The elixir in there will help your body accept that limb
You're
without...
good. You're good. No,
Okay,
you're good.
come on.
You're good.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt.
It'll allow your body to accept it and trick it into thinking that the hand is its own. And thus, you'll be able to function. If you have any concerns or issues, you absolutely know where to find me, my friend. And how are you feeling at this moment?
Little woozy.
It'll pass. It'll pass. So, the dialogue goes on for about another 10, 15 minutes. A lot of you guys are somewhat suspicious, but somewhat grateful.
Yeah, for sure.
At one point, Dr. Gressenstein, after his meal is done, he sort of stretches and yawns, and he glances over in the corner at Vasilka. Vasilka, please. She walks over, very quiet-like, shuffling her feet, and she stands next to him. And Dr. Gressenstein sort of stands up. Vasilka and I and Cloven, we stay on the Eastern Abbey, the structure at the far end of the courtyard. We're going to go for the night, but you have free reign on this. There are 3 floors, a basement, the attic, where 13 himself is currently setting up lodging for each of you. If you have any questions, 13 will be residing in the cellar. He will help you, and in the morning we will have a breakfast spread made for kings. Oh, and one last thing I request. No matter what you do, do not go to the Eastern Abbey. I have many patients there that are sick and ill. And if you go there, you can probably give them germs. Or worse, they can infect you as well. So I ask you, from the bottom of my heart, do not go to the Eastern Abbey.
Are you going to be in the Eastern Army?
That is where I do my work, young lady, and that is where they need me. They don't need visitors, they need science and prayers. And he holds his hand out. Vasilka! And she places it on his forearm, and both of them walk out very elegantly, and they leave. And now you are all alone in this area here of the Abbey.
He's a bit of a Strahd apologist, that man.
I appreciate what he has done, but I do not trust this
I
man.
do not trust him either.
How are you feeling, my friend?
We're getting there. I need my strength back.
We may need it soon.
I pose this to you. What if, in that area that he told us not to go, it's not because of the germs, because maybe he's holding people here who may not want to participate in his experiments. Do you see this type of person having
Willing.
Hostages.
unwilling people here?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a little
I just don't want to fight the thing in the cage.
Honestly, I feel
One.
like if you're in Barovia and you have this huge property here, you are in some way
You're in touch with Strahd.
in touch with Strahd.
Mm-hmm.
So you
Really
think we go
quick,
to
my
sleep?
mom is watching and she wants me to say, "Hi, Mom." Say hi to
Everybody
my
looks up at the
mom.
heavens. Morning, Lord Mother. Hello.
Hello, Mom.
Well,
Just a thought.
I mean, it's up to you guys. He did us a favor. I don't trust him.
One favor and we're out. I got a hand.
It's up to you.
It is up to me.
He
We're
helped
getting
you
the heck out of here.
get out of here.
Yes, sir.
So at this juncture, it is dark out and it is night, and from your experience, you know it is not safe to go through Barovia at night. Dr. Bressenstein did tell you that number 13 is in the attic, and he's putting sleeping quarters prepared for all of you, and there's a sub-level. So you have options. You can go upstairs with 13, check the sub-level, stay with ER, or you can venture out.
Look east.
We can sneak on the east side at nighttime.
To Bran and kind of like motion with Bran to come closer so we can talk. Hopefully without 13 kind of noticing.
13's upstairs.
He's upstairs.
We're alone.
Okay,
Yeah, we're
fine.
alone.
Pretty good chance.
Do you want to check it out?
You start hearing the sound of beautiful music once again being played upstairs, to the point where it brings warmth to all of your hearts. Especially you, Joy.
My heart feels warmer.
It is the wine, my friend.
Be warm and fuzzies.
Alright,
I like it.
Perhaps we could talk to number 13 for a little while, get some information, and then maybe I stretch my wings a little bit.
Alright, I was thinking the same thing. I feel like we're the only two that could possibly get in and out of there without being noticed.
I'm gonna go find the source of the music.
Are you
Yeah.
separating?
Well, I'm just like,
Split
oh,
the
music.
part as a DM. I'm like, exit.
Music, I'm like, oh, I grab my loot. I'm like,
I remove my tassels. I'm like, exit.
Alright.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys let me know what you're gonna do. Asla, what are you gonna do?
I think we want to go talk to 13.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see 13.
Agreed?
Yeah.
Agreed?
Sure.
Sure. I'm going to the source of the music. If
Okay.
it's where 13 is, then that's
Alright,
where
Oh no.
I'm going.
Here's a walkie-talkie.
I know, yeah.
Can you hear anything?
Press the panic button twice.
We're gonna give him a Dixie cup with like a really long string.
Strahd's here.
Yeah, I was thinking like maybe give you a little peek.
This is the upstairs.
Yep. Sorry, guys. Again, like I said, set pieces take time, even if it's for a short second.
No, you're good. All good.
I think he's talking to Twitch.
I was talking to you guys. I totally forgot we were.
Streaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. After a bit, you just kind of it's like a normal session for us.
Except we have our clothes on this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'm not naked.
Wearing a lot more than I used
The
to.
night is young.
But he looks fine.
That's
That's
13.
13.
He looks.
Now again, for the people watching, if there is anyone watching right now, number 13, he is a flesh golem, but he's a semi-intelligent flesh golem. He's smaller in size. He has, like I mentioned earlier, different color limbs, stitches throughout his face. He has long hair, but it's balding and it's all moldy, and it's hanging in his face. He has a small little flower he keeps on him. He tries to compose it up, and he tries to appear normal, but obviously he is not. So, the wooden stairs up to the level you're going to is about 20 feet.
Really?
You come to a loft with a pitched roof and a door to the center of the south wall. Lit lanterns, they hang from the rafters, but they're actually more illumination orbs. A long rope dangles from a bronze bell lodged in the belfry about 30 feet high above this room. The room is filled with the soft, beautiful melody, so enchanting it brings warmth once again to all your hearts. There is a cot heaped with 8 rolling blankets and other sleeping arrangements throughout this room. There's also some empty wine bottles. An electrical lamp sits at a nearby table, and it silhouettes number 13 as he beautifully plays the violin. 13, as he sits on the edge of his cot, he has the violin tucked under his stitched chin, and very beautifully, slides the bow back and forth on the strings of the violin. He looks up at all of you, and his multicolored arms slowly put down the violin. And he holds the violin, and his eyes meet all of you. Outside, the wind is blowing, the windows shake, and Cloven gets up, and he tries to stand straight. And once again, he looks over at Joy quickly, and his eyes bounce back at Tonic, and he tries to stand the way he does as a paladin. And he starts to fix what little hair he has as he stares at Cassidin. And once again, he looks at Joy for approval.
I didn't know you could play that well. That was beautiful.
13, the golem, holds the violin out, and he looks at Joy, and he says, "You bring beauty to my eyes. I bring beauty to your ears," he says. And he shakes his hands as he's trying to show his feelings towards her.
It's very well done. It was beautifully played. Thank you.
"My lady, thank you. Might I touch your hair?"
Oh.
And his hand comes up, and you see there's stitches and there are patchworks of color. Where the thumb is like a tan, and there's a brown, there's green. He's all stitched up. And his hand comes up, and there's an odor sort of coming from him. And he sees your eyes as you pick up the odor. He has a little flower on him, and he sort of removes the flower, and he goes, "Like you, it's beautiful."
Let him do it.
Do you let him touch your hair? Take it?
I take the flower.
You let him touch your hair, and you guys see this apparent undead-looking thing gently and very carefully and lovingly caress Joy's hair. Piddlewick, your little toy, is quietly watching, not making any sounds. And Piddlewick, more or less, he's your thing, and whatever you need him to do, you can speak to him.
Yeah.
But 13 is gently caressing Joy's hair. And in one moment, he stops, and he looks back, and he glances both at you two again, and he tries to mimic your posture, and he looks at all of you. "I will be in basement. This good room. I born in room. Father made me in room this night, many nights ago. It's strong. You are safe. If you need anything or have questions, come to 13. And then he glances over at you, Joy. "I protect you with all of my human heart," he says.
Thank you. That's very specific.
Okay. And he starts taking his shirt off.
I know.
No, I'm just kidding. So he gets up and he holds the violin, and he goes over to a corner and he puts the violin down. He starts getting towards the stairs, at the top of the stairwell over here. And he looks back. "One last thing, 13, tell you. Do not go near number 1. He is in cage for reason. He is very, the word is dangerous. If you go outside, don't. You stay away from 1. I've seen the blood on his hands and his mouth. Stay away from 1. And he says it very loudly and firmly, almost like a protective father to a child who's about to go into Jared Fogel's house. But too soon? And then he also says to you, also, number 13's brothers, they are in the Eastern Abbey. That is where they live. No go to Eastern Abbey. Stay here. 13, take care of you. I go in the basement now with the rats. And he starts going down the stairs.
I love you. You're gonna let the man stay down there and get cold. Here's a thing for you, you know.
Yeah. I know, and I am.
Expect when you wake up in the middle of the night, he's standing over you just watching.
Touching your hair.
I know
Stroking your hair.
So, let's put all you guys up in here. 13 goes and he disappears into the dark down the stairs. And here you guys are up in this attic, this belfry that's a huge tower above your heads, 30 feet up, and a bell on a huge string. Outside, the wind is blowing, shaking the windows, and it is pretty cold and chilly out. What would you like to do now?
With my new hand, I want to try to get my axe back from Petalwick.
Okay?
See if I can hold it.
You reach out to grab the axe from Petalwick. Let's make a constitution roll with disadvantage, and the magic number is going to be 10.
With disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
I That's not good.
No.
Oh, and that one.
So you go to try to grab it, and your hand starts spazzing out and shaking, and you guys see him trying to reach for his battle axe, which he's a master at. And Piddlewick is standing and holding up this axe, looking at you. And for some reason, he just can't grab it. And it's almost a sad sight you guys see, like an old
Mate,
person trying to walk.
You got out of surgery. Just relax for a bit. Just lay down.
Piddlewick goes, and he stands next to you once again. So, players, we're going to bed. You have options. Have some more wine downstairs, cellar, or just leave and take your chances in the wilds of Barovia at nighttime.
I don't think that's a good idea.
Feel like stretching your wings.
If we do decide to look for anybody who's here, not that isn't willing, now's the time to do it. If we wait till in the morning, he'll be up and around.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
everything, so
If anything, a little bit later, maybe he'll be
maybe.
asleep.
I feel like maybe just take a peek in there. What do you think?
You guys hear some screaming from outside. At first you hear it quickly and you think maybe it's the wind. But it goes away once again.
That's comforting.
Yeah.
Well, first thing is, let's search the room. We're in a
And
room.
you're talking and you're hearing the screaming, and it almost sounds like Vasilka. It's carrying throughout the abbey.
Is there any windows we can see out the window?
There's a door that leads maybe outside, and there are windows here.
Can see the alley.
Windows open.
Can you fly out the window?
Openable window.
You look, they are not openable windows, and they're all covered with frost. And when you look outside, you see the woodlands, because you're high elevated on this top of this hill. So you're looking down, and you see the woods, and you see a fog slowly snaking its way through the woods, like a snake or a cat going for its prey.
Shall we go investigate that screaming? That's clearly screaming and not wind.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright.
Let's go check it out.
Let's go see.
All right, so are you going to go through the door that's up here, or are you going to go back down to the first level?
Down?
There's a door up here.
Yep, right here.
It's to-
Right now,
Oh,
you
I
can't see.
see,
There
I
is a
see.
door here, but if you go
I
downstairs,
see.
there's the door that opens up into the courtyard.
Well, why don't we? Can we just investigate real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
do it.
let's
Yeah,
go
let's
around
look at
around.
it.
Okay, so we're going to open the door, right?
Yep.
All right, you open the door and it's unlocked. There's a hum of electricity in the air, and you smell and almost taste the bitterness of electricity. Throughout the courtyard, you see below the catwalks, because you guys are up on the second level now, the illumination orbs or light bulbs flicker in the night. In the distance, there's a cage, and you start hearing the banging on the cage. It's loud, and it's disturbing. And the catwalk goes all the way around to the Eastern Abbey, to the other side. Now, you do see the scarecrows perched up that are used there to scare away any type of unwanted guests. The sky is clear, except for occasional dark cloud that crosses through the opposing glowing moon.
So we can go from this door on the catwalk to the eastern, right?
If you want,
Okay.
Now,
Should we not
if
do
we
that?
go as 6 people, we may get discovered.
I'm not going.
I'm gonna.
Yeah, but
Do
we
you care if he discovers you? I heard screaming. I don't care.
now you don't hear screaming anymore,
You know.
and it possibly,
Scientist, what's he gonna do?
you think maybe it could be the
Oh, he's
wind?
gonna throw Frankenstein.
Maybe kill him?
That seems like almost exactly what he'd do.
Perhaps my
Good
wings
term.
could give us eyes.
Yeah?
We agreed. I will circle around, see what I see.
See what our safest passage is to the other side.
Okay.
You start hearing the sounds of something growling and talking in the courtyard,
That's
almost to itself.
It's not me.
It's coming from the cage at the very bottom level. The cage with all the chains and the hulking figure that is inside there.
Guys, it's a really scary sound.
Keeps banging onto the cage itself.
Maybe if you get close enough, he'll stroke your hair. Maybe it'll say.
Yeah?
Yeah, why don't you do that? You go to the
Go-
cage,
go
put your head
Lumen.
against it, and we'll see what happens.
Come on, beautiful. Go Lumen.
The sound of the banging echoes almost terrifyingly throughout this courtyard.
I say you just scope it out. Let us know what you see.
So I'm gonna do the thing DMs love. Is I'm gonna turn into a bird. So I'm gonna puff of black feathers, transform into a raven.
For people watching at home, Bran is actually, he's a were-raven, which we'll get into later on tonight. And he can transform into a raven, which he's doing right now.
Yep, and I am going to take flight and kind of circle around toward the eastern, trying to scope out what I can see from my vantage point, with also keeping distance from it, because, you know,
Okay.
I don't want to get grabbed.
You guys see a puff of black smoke and feathers slowly and gently rock to the ground. And on the ground, hopping around, is a large black raven. It is Bran. The raven cocks its head several times real quickly at all of you and takes flight out the door. You start flying across the sky. You're going across the courtyard. And as you look down, you see the equipment has all been nicely cleaned up. You start heading over the well as a pure blackness. And there's some crystal shining ripples of water from the moonlight. And you begin to circle above the cage, and you get chills up your spines as looking down, you see a shadowy figure with glowing green eyes looking right up at you. Very quietly, not banging, not making any noise, just watching you, as if it knows something's afoot. You start going towards the second level. There's a large door over at the far end, and it's closed, and you see there's a wreath of garlic around the door, and it appears to be a very intricate looking lock on that door as well. You circle around to the outside. To the south is a sheer cliff that drops off into darkness and mist. There are windows, but the windows are all covered with soot and frost, so it's hard to tell what's going on. Occasionally you'll see a flicker of orange light, indication that there is some type of illumination inside. You start circling around. The breeze and the coldness is starting to take effect, and you feel that you can't fly that much because you're not used to this high of an altitude in this cold weather. You once again come around this way and you go lower to the ground, and there are more windows, tiny windows, and as you zoom by the lower level outside those tiny windows, you start picking up a foul stench coming from inside. Not a stench of death, but something more of sewage, rot. And you come back around again. Nothing else of interest, but the eyes, almost like reflectors on a bicycle in the cage, are watching you very quietly. It doesn't make no noise as you land. Now, several minutes pass by, and you see the raven come back with his eyes glowing red. It drops to the ground, a puff of smoke and feathers everywhere, and as the feathers and the smoke dissipates, Bran is standing before you.
Feathers.
I'm going to relate
Gross.
to them what I saw, which wasn't much. But there's certainly something going on. There's certainly something going on in that place that is foul.
Now, you know, Bran, there's two levels. A lower level, and you didn't see any locks, and an
see
upper
any
level,
locks.
there's a lock.
The upper level has lock.
Okay.
Only in D&D, you know. Let's check out the raw sewage.
Yeah,
It's like, you would never do that.
Did it look like something I can get myself into? The lock.
You know what, let's make it an intelligence roll for you.
Okay.
And number 12 or higher.
19
Yeah,
plus.
You immediately know it's a very intricate lock, and you don't even know if his skill set can handle it.
It shames me to say, I don't know if your skills can handle it, and I believe in your skills.
I see. I trust him. Trust his opinion on that. Still think we should check it out, though.
Got a crowbar, right?
Got an axe. I can't
We're
use
pretty
it, though.
smart. I think we could probably figure it out.
Well, I mean, I did have this fancy new cloak. Maybe I could try and sneak in. You want to ride on my shoulder?
How big are the were-ravens? Are they like, when they turn into a raven, are they the size of a
The
raven?
ravens of Barovia are actually pretty large, almost the size of an eagle. Okay,
Big, big.
they're big.
So he does
okay.
shrink
No.
his body.
As far as you know, you've seen him just turn into a raven in human form. You don't know if he could change to anything else.
Okay.
All right. So shall we go
Yeah.
to the unlocked area first, or
Sure.
what?
All right, so
How do you propose we get there? The walkway?
yep,
Across and
and there's a door right here. It's next to the cage, but the cage seems pretty sturdy. He's been
Well, this is
banging
on
the
the
shit
ground
out of it.
floor?
That's on the ground floor, yes.
Oh, I thought it was a
No,
second
no, no.
level thing. Okay, I
the
got you.
second, the
That's where
second
the
level has that
that's where the
intricate lock on
scarecrows
the door.
I got you.
To help you guys out, I'll put this out.
Yeah. Like that.
This is the upper level. If you guys come out, you'll be at this
Are there
area.
any doors here? Yeah, there's this.
Yeah.
It's up on the second level.
Yeah, that door to that door. Yeah, there is. Up in there in that corner is the locked door.
Yeah.
Over
Okay.
here, if you guys come out, we'll be over here. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This goes this way. Fudge.
Yeah, like that. Boom.
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, there it is. That's it. There's the door to the Abbey. I'm sorry.
We're good.
There are two. Yeah, there are two doors. One there. Both are locked. This one is where you guys are at. I apologize. There is a second door up there. That door is locked.
Can we try to try to unlock one of these doors?
And both of those doors have similar.
Without going down to the.
Both of those have similar locks.
Yeah.
Let's go look at the lock.
Try
At
it.
least. You want to?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the lock.
Let's see what I can do. Let's see if I can work any magic. My friend here said that he didn't think that it was something we could get into.
Well, I mean,
Let's check it out.
yes, we
We can find out.
So
Right,
we
make our way across on the second
on the
level.
catwalk,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay. As you head out, I want you to make another Constitution roll with disadvantage, but you need 8 or higher.
10.
Finally, you feel your hand and your fingers
Right,
are
he's
all
gonna
in
need
sync
that
with your
axe.
mind, and you feel like you can do it. As you look at your hand, almost instinctively, this little toy, Piddlewick, walks over to you and he's holding out your axe, the handle part facing you.
I grab it,
You hold on to it,
put it straight up.
and you hold it up, and you guys see Aslog hold it up, and behind him, the moon silhouettes his body as he stands. A wind blows, and his cape and stuff moves around. All right, we're good with that shit. All right, here we go. So, we're on the catwalk. Which direction you guys are going?
We'll head the closest way.
Yeah.
Okay, are we trying to be stealthy, or are we just walking across?
I'm gonna punch him.
Stealthy.
Good roll.
All right,
Sure.
Can you put me in a line order, please, with your tokens?
I'll be in the front.
Oh my god, this is scary.
In the front.
Yeah.
Joy,
Yeah, just put me.
Yeah, put me wherever too.
it's you and your homie together, you know.
First thing you guys all realize when you step outside, it is very cold. It's a dry cold and it's cold. Once in a blue moon, you see what looks like ash falling from the sky, but it's actually flurries of snow. And the area is quite brightly lit with a nice glow from the moon and the stars. The lower level, the ground almost looks like dancing orange lights from all the orbs that are underneath the catwalk. The scarecrows, they're motionless and they appear to be no threat. So in this order, you guys begin to walk. Let's do I want to do stealth checks. We're going to go one at a time around the table, starting with
I need them.
Cassidy.
You this one?
Yeah.
Well, I'll probably just do it.
Is it just straight up? There's no difficulty or anything like that?
Well, stealth check.
Stealth, 20.
Stealth or, yeah, what?
20.
Oh, you dexter. You're good. You start sneaking like a cat. You even barely hear your footsteps as you start walking along the catwalk. When you guys decide which direction you're going to go, Cassidy's already almost halfway across. So we say 30 is about right here. Aslug, Bloodbringer. Oh shit, him too. You're good. Quietly moves across. Joy.
I'm the one that screws it up.
Yeah.
Joy starts walking across, and you start hearing the sound of her mandolin banging on against her hip. And you start hearing the sounds of chains in her pockets. And you hear the gears of Piddlewick walking along the side, and they're being very noisy as they're walking across. You guys two hear that, and you're like,
Yeah, they screwed it up.
Joy.
What you doing?
What? I'm walking.
We're trying
I'm
to be
crouching. Look at me, crouching.
it starts taking notice, and you guys quickly glance at the cage, and you see the familiar eyes, all of you now. You see a dark, massive shadow with these glowing green eyes staring up at all of you as it sits and it watches. Good job there, Joy.
Yeah, anytime.
Sir,
Yeah.
12 or higher, that's the magic number.
I ain't gonna make it.
Do you need a D4? Because I can touch you and give you nice guidance.
It would help. Is that
That's
six?
a 9.
No, okay, 9, 10, 11.
So roll a D4.
You got it. Even if it's a one.
I mean, I think the game's up.
Oh, you got 11?
No.
No.
Wait, was it 11 or 12?
12.
It'd be funny
So,
if we all
yeah.
sat
Yes.
you and it
Yes.
just smacks you
Okay.
after.
I touched him and said a prayer.
Okay, you think you're making noise, but you actually start walking quietly. As you walk past sounds of a mandolin banging against Joy's hip and the creaking sounds of a mechanical toy.
Yeah.
And you walk very stealth-like past. You make eye contact with Joy. Joy, you see him look at you, and yeah. Next up,
Oh, okay. I help. 13.
Oh, very good. Very good. Okay.
Oh, I should have gave you guidance before I left. I'm so sorry. I'll yell it. I'll whisper it.
Okay. You stand there and you see them all go up very quietly. You're impressed, but it breaks when you hear the noise of a mandolin and you hear the tinkling sounds of joy waddling along, making all these crazy noises, unlike not being very quiet about it. You ready, big man?
Let's see. 19, baby.
Nice.
Woo!
Let's
Didn't screw it
see.
up.
Armor, negatives, yeah, I'll give it to you. You actually go across. Your armor, since you're a paladin, you oil it, you grease it, you take great care of it, you're almost gliding across. So for argument's sake, let's slide everybody over there.
He's sliding.
Yeah.
You guys go across the catwalk. The wind is pretty brisk up here at this height. The creature in the cage stops banging, but it is watching very, very carefully as you guys move across. There are 2 doors at this level. There's a door you're facing now. It's made of an old, heavy oak. There's a very large, intricate lock above a handled door. Next to it is another door. Very similar make, very similar build, but that door has a garlic reef around it. So,
Alright, I'll give it a shot.
you see Cassidy drop down on his knees and he takes out some tools and he starts tinkering. This is very high.
I'm gonna point down at the guy down in the cage there.
Or he needs-
20?
20.
20.
Wow.
You start messing with it, and click, you hear the clicking sound. And you guys hear the sound of a door click. Cassidy, you see him look at all of you, and
Is it open, mate?
I got it, mate.
Wow.
Hey, so that guy down in the cage there,
yeah,
kind of point at him and say, "Who wants to be a distraction? You do, don't you?"
it doesn't do anything.
Okay.
It just stares.
Everybody
at
heard
you.
me say that because he'd make an excellent distraction. If something bad happens.
Okay,
Throw a rock
you
at
do
him.
unlock it,
Something.
but there is now another door
Let
to
him
your
out.
right as well.
Are we gonna go in this one or go unlock the
You want me to
deal?
go first?
Wait, are we gonna
Should we
unlock?
unlock the other one in case that one might be our exit?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Smart.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
Okay, this one you'll have advantage because you're familiar with the locking mechanisms.
Okay.
Let's go in the room full of
I got for a
chainsaws.
+7 sleight of hand.
Smart.
It's open. Yeah.
18 plus 7.
Oh shit! All right,
Oh,
hold up, guys.
I'm like, yeah. It's open.
See, I had faith in you, unlike Mr. Mozo here.
Hey, you know
It
what?
must have been a
I trusted
high-
his opinion. I
high
didn't have
value.
faith in me. I guess a +7 modifier kind of helps, huh?
I had +7 to anything. Are you +7?
Totally.
Proficiency bonus with and its dexterity.
What's your dex?
+5.
No, mine's +3, but I have expertise in
Oh, you have
also.
expertise in.
It's sleight of
The
hand.
numbers on these rooms and areas are for my edification, if you will.
Okay.
Oh, I'll go this way, my bad.
Both of them
Those
are
are the rooms. Oh, you need those numbers?
No, I can see them upside down.
He had to know. As soon as he said, "Don't go over there," that's like we made a beeline. We're like, we can't get over there fast
I
enough.
looked at it like this.
Gotta go over there.
I'm like,
Come on!
Okay.
I'll see you over there later.
Both doors opened up. The one with the reefs, you easily opened up. Once again, you guys are impressed with Cassidy and his skills at picking locks.
I'll never doubt you again.
I should doubt myself later.
Come on, Cat.
Some people told you to doubt him.
Yeah, I don't know what
So right now you're at that far door in the corner.
Yes. I would like to go back to S20 right here.
Okay, you guys step over to S20.
Yes.
You have a choice. You can go to those 2 doors, or you can try the lower level.
Should we
Oh,
go
we're
up?
already
Let's
up
go
here.
up first.
Yeah, we're already up here.
Go up? Okay. Yeah, we can do it.
Okay. Which room are we going to first?
S20.
Okay. Hold on 1 second, guys.
Holding.
it's gonna be totally
Take that card out the way, please.
We're gonna kill a Frankenstein.
We're gonna get in trouble for sure.
I hope so.
I'm gonna walk him in.
What's he? I mean, come on. He's
Just testing us a new hand.
Yeah, it's like a horror movie. Of course we have to go look at it.
The door slowly creaks open. You immediately see a wooden counter shaped like the letter L. And it stands in what appears to be a spacious office area. Other furniture has been rotted away and is in heaps with mold and cobwebs and faded cloth. But something suddenly behind the counter catches your attention. It's Cloven the Hunchback. Let's put him behind the counter.
That was quick.
We were not.
Cloven, you're not
He was
supposed to be
actually
here.
he was actually lying down behind the countertop. And he gets up and he looks at all of you. Can you guys put your figures in that room, please?
We ran in real quick. You in front of me, Mr. Pal.
And Cloven looks over at all of you in shocked.
Shit.
And he says to all of you, "No, Master, no!" And his eyes dart at another door at the far end of this office. But his eyes also look to the left of there. There is a bell with a string against the wall. Cloven's eyes look at this bell. He looks at you. He looks at the
Joy,
bell.
get him to stop.
I'm gonna jump across.
It's not 13. This is Cloven the Hunchback.
Oh.
The Hunchback. Cloven the Hunchback.
We gotta punch. Yes.
Knock that dude out.
He's deformed, bro.
Come on.
You're a paladin.
Is
So
the bell grabbable?
the bell is it's against the wall and there's a string attached to it. So you
I don't
can
want to grab the
Is it
string. I want to
something
grab
that I
it.
may be able to beat him to?
well, one way to find out as the Hunchback goes "Arrgh!" and he goes running for the bell. Initiative.
Oh,
Get initiatives.
oh,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Home first.
Definitely not gonna do it.
20. It's time.
17.
Oh, restraint.
I'm just gonna jump across and fucking tackle him.
I want to kill the guy. Just
Yeah.
I can
investigate this.
I can cast calm emotions, and he can just calm him down while we walk around.
Okay. Cloven
Charm person would be great.
the Hunchback rolled a negative
I
2.
know.
A
Joy, can
10.
you charm?
Initiative.
Cloven's at 10.
Yep. So
A slug's at 20.
okay, put that slug on the top.
Oh, I have 10.
Anybody have 15 to 20?
We have 17.
Okay, so he's Tonic is next. Who had between 10 and 14?
I have 13.
I had 10.
Okay, so we're gonna do Sebra, and then Cassidon. What did you get, Joy?
4.
Good. You can put this red one up here. No, sorry, right below. Right, you had it right. Joy is last, and then and Brent, what did you get? 4. Okay, so Aslug, in a second, you see this large, deformed man with a huge hump on his back that's been hidden underneath a dark robe. Quickly, almost like a cat, dart across, and he's going. You know he's gonna go for that bell. What are you gonna do?
Just jump and just try to just get him.
All right, make an attack roll, please. You roll a 5
10.
and a 10. His AC is 10. You reach up and you jump on him. What's your strength?
Strength is 17 plus 3.
Oh man, I rolled high too. What was the 17 plus 3? Okay, he's strong, real strong. In fact, you see him tackle his Hunchback, and you see Aslug go up in the air, and Aslug's feet are dangling, and the Hunchback is trying to fight, swinging him around. He's that strong, but the Hunchback falls with his skill to the ground, and Aslug mounts him, and the Hunchback, and he starts yelling. Next up is Tonic.
So we're gonna use some persuasion on him. I'm gonna try to talk him down a little bit.
Okay.
Hey, buddy, we heard some screaming. We're just here checking it out. Relax, okay?
Speak up louder. No, speak up louder.
Oh, just relax, buddy. We heard some screaming. We're just here checking it out. That's what we do.
Make the roll, and there's gonna be a disadvantage, and your magic number is going to be 15.
Try it for your book.
Pair of 12s. So and I have a 15 with a plus 3 persuasion.
Oh, you motherfucker.
Nice.
Cloven, you feel like Cloven any second is going to toss your ass. He's extremely strong.
Relax.
As you're about to let go, you see Tonic just drop down on his ground. He starts whispering and talking calmly. Cloven's looking at you and he's breathing heavy. His face is all puffy. His eyes, some of his eyes almost deformed. One's higher than the other. He's breathing heavier and slower. His head tarts and looks at all of you, and he looks back at you. No, master. He calms down, but he keeps saying, no, master. And he's gesturing towards the door you're probably going to open up.
I can't get up.
What's behind the door, my friend? We heard screaming.
No, master, no. Now, you remember from the tavern, when you met Dr. Gressenstein, he said his dialogue is only down to 3 things.
3 things, yeah.
Yes, I said no.
And please, master.
We're here to help. Can we help? What's over there?
He says, please, master, no. Please, master. And he's going like, now you, since you still haven't pinned down an illegal police chokehold on the ground,
God damn it.
Topical.
as you're holding him, you feel movement and shifting on his hump on his back. And it's almost very creepy to
Go to the
you.
other side.
His hump is moving.
Yup.
Ew, what?
He's got a little piddlewick behind there. It's gonna pop out.
So, and you guys hear this conversation. He's trying to talk, and Cloven, though is listening to him and calm down, all he's saying is no, please, as he looks at the door on the other side of the room. Yeah.
Well,
Can somebody else sit on this dude?
we'll have to check it out, aren't we?
I don't want to be tying him
I
up.
want to grab a dagger.
Yeah, tie him up.
Yeah, somebody has rope.
Wait, he's real strong though. He
Oh,
lifted
yeah.
you up.
Yeah, no, rope is. No, I was gonna take the bell.
He's got that odd strength. Somebody cut the bell off the wall.
Yeah.
My friend, this is just a momentary part of your life. We're gonna just leave you here. We're gonna tie you up for a little bit.
No, Master, no, please.
Let's get the.
He's screaming, and you guys hear him
Is it
raising
my
his
turn?
voice. Yes.
I'm gonna cast Calming Emotions.
Okay. Do I need to roll for that?
It's a charisma saving throw.
A charisma saving throw. She's gonna try to calm the hunchback down.
You're like asleep.
I rolled a sleep. 14, 12.
Oh, you failed.
I fell. He's freaking out, and you see almost angelic-like the cleric walk over.
Yes.
She holds her hands, and there's a sparkle of glow that falls from her hands and settles on top and covers Cloven's large head. His eyes look at her as if he's seen the morning lord, Lathander. And Cloven's eyes look at you, and he's almost content
We
and at
both
peace.
petting this guy's hair.
Yes.
Yeah.
He quiets down,
I'm just motioning towards
and
him.
her magic spell works. He doesn't argue, he doesn't fight, but you still feel movement on his hump,
Nasty.
as if something is struggling.
You can let him go now. He won't.
And you know he won't.
Alright, get up.
You get up slowly. You quickly notice that the hump on his back, you see some shifting.
Shifting.
The rest of you guys don't see this stuff. And you stand up from the ground, and Cloven is in the floor, and you hear him crying.
Hey, Cloven, what you got going on here, buddy?
And he's just crying, and he has his head down on the floor, and he puts his hand behind his head, and he's crying.
I
And
can
now you
suppress
all
those.
see the hump on his back, some movement.
Ask him what's
Where's
inside of
help
you.
him out?
And you hear mumbling, "No, master, no." And he's saying it really low, and he wants to yell, but for some reason, the cleric has really calmed him down.
I'm gonna touch his hump.
Okay.
Oh, gross.
Wasn't there a song with Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah.
Okay. You go to
Now
touch
it's in
his.
your brain.
You go to touch his hump, and he slaps you.
Uh-huh.
I got this.
I reach for his bulge.
You're very careful, and you guys almost comically watch as Aslog, with his new hand, slowly go forward, and you place your hand on the cloth on his hump, and you feel movement. Almost, it reacts instantly to the touch, and you see him jump back, almost as something else is alive.
Oh no.
I'm gonna cut his shirt.
Yeah,
You're gonna rip it.
Yeah.
Rip his shirt off.
Because of your spell, he does not protest, and you see him take. You have a dagger.
I have a hand axe.
You see him turn his hand axe and starting to cut, and you hear the tearing of the cloth.
I want you guys to know we broke into his house.
Yeah.
We tackled him.
Yeah.
And we calmed him down.
That's so good.
As he's cutting, you hear Aslug, the Deathbringer, who's been in many battles, who has been very instrumental, especially in the battles you've had in the previous sessions, that nothing freaks him out. Suddenly, he gasps. And he steps back in shock. As you look down, exposed, attached to the back of Cloven, is a massive baby. The baby's eyes are white as snow. It has tumors all over its body, and it's basically in its back. And the arms are going up, and it's gurgling, trying to talk, and it's just reaching, but not far enough because it's stuck to Cloven's back. It's a massive baby. It's pretty big.
Cloven, do you want us to kill this thing?
Hold on.
It's nasty.
It's the twin.
So you guys all see this. It's pretty disturbing. And also, Cloven throughout his back are massive tumors, also on the baby as well.
So can we just forget we saw it?
You guys, the only thing you can do right now is take your phones out and put it up on YouTube.
Certainly try to.
I can stay here and keep him calm if you guys want to go forward.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to get away from this hump.
Don't go too far from me. Or he can walk with us, actually. Yeah, he can walk with us.
I don't know.
Francis doesn't want to leave me alone, so it's
All he
fine.
has to do is scream once.
No, he's not going to scream. I'm calming him down.
You
You have to keep concentrating.
I have to keep
So
concentrating.
if we talk to
Can we try and talk to the baby?
yeah, the baby.
You gonna try it?
Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
Baby.
The only sounds the baby makes are gasps as it's trying to breathe. And you see with its hands, it's also trying to grab the cloth from the side and it's trying to cover itself back into the darkness. But it can't because of the job he did by cutting it.
I mean, do you want to cover the thing back up, Mike? That's kind of
Cloven is,
Yeah.
no, master, please, master, no. And he's going back and forth with his head down on the ground. So,
So this baby can't breathe. There's only covering its mouth.
no, it can breathe. It has a mouth. Its eyes are white. It's got pudgy hands, tumors throughout its back, but its back is fused to the back of Cloven.
Cloven, would you like us to clothe you again?
Because of the spell Sevra casts on him, all he's mumbling is, no, master, please, master, no, no, please. That's all he's saying. The child on its back, this massive baby, is basically doesn't talk. It's breathing, it's trying to breathe, but more importantly, it's trying to cover itself back up by reaching for the cloth. But
Yeah,
the cloth
let's
is not
cover
happening.
it.
Yeah.
As they're messing with that, I'm gonna kind of make my way across the room quietly.
Put your figure there, please.
Checking its lines.
Yeah, I just want to kind of see if it's a.
I'm gonna remove my cowl and just place it on Cloven. I told him I was gonna find ways to undress.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
I was trying to think of both of
So,
them.
in the midst of you guys trying to decide what to do, you see Bran quietly walk up past you all and take his cloak off. And as you stand over the baby's eyes, actually, the white in the face, look towards you, and the baby just breathes a sigh of relaxing as it lets its hands down, knowing what you're about to do.
Okay,
I'll
good.
cover that thing up.
You cut, and then you shake the baby. You cover the baby with the shroud, and the baby stops moving, and it's calm. Cloven is quiet, and he's almost snoring, and you hear like he went to sleep calmly. So you did an excellent job.
That was weird.
Giant baby.
Let's hope your hand isn't growing to a giant baby.
Yeah, no
For
kidding.
your compassion for taking care of the child without killing it, you get inspiration, sir.
Yay!
Alright.
You wanted to.
Damn it, I resulted to
Yeah, no, you were just like, let's kill it. I'm like, well, come on.
I did follow the Lord of Death.
There's nobody with camera phones up in this bitch.
Yeah.
Okay, so you
Nobody
walk
can
over to
find-
this door,
Yeah.
and it is a solid oak door. There is no lock, and there is a turn handle.
Okay.
On the bottom of the door, you see some lights, orange lights. Joy.
I'm like, hey, let me lead the way, and I cast disguise self on myself to look like Cloven.
Oh, that's good.
Alright, I'll back up a little bit.
For those of you who don't know this power, you look over and Cloven is standing up, and you take a second. You're like, "What the fuck?" But then
Yes, master.
you
No,
see it's
master. No, please, master. No, master. All right.
all right. And now it takes a second, but you realize it's actually Joy that used some magic spell. Piddlewick, actually, your robot goes over and stands next to you and holds its hand up.
Good
You
job.
grab on,
Yeah.
and it's almost scared. This little
I'm
robot.
scared
The
too.
head is shaking, and the little bells from the jester cap starts ringing. The new Cloven walks over with the hump, goes over to the door. You stepping to the side.
Yep,
Yeah.
I'll let him
And
go.
I
You open the door.
yep.
Remove that thing.
Switch us through.
Oh, I'm supposed to be. I'll come up the rear since I have the actual cloak.
Take these two figures. I want you to put them in the beds over towards where Cassidy is. You're in the middle. Yep, right there. They're standing up. Standing up.
They're standing on
Yep.
that.
Joy, or Cloven, once you open the door, you immediately notice two large figures pacing back and forth at the north wall. They're making moans, and those moans are making no sense. They could be talking, they probably can't. These massive figures look like number 13, but they're much larger. They move slow and almost appear to be swaying in a trance as they talk. They have stitches throughout their bodies and staples that appear to be holding their limbs together. Now, this area is a spacious chamber that contains lots of beds of wrought iron. They're neatly in rows. There are cobwebs and rotten mattresses throughout. But you do notice 3 doors that are spaced apart to the south wall, to your right. Each has a unique plaque with writing on it. The figures in the corner, they seem to not pay you any mind whatsoever.
I go to the nearest door and I try to read the plaque.
You go to the first door, and it says, it's dusty. You dust it off, and you clearly say it's a metal plaque, and it says operating room.
Do I see any like light coming from underneath it?
You look, and there is a faint glow, a pulsating glow underneath.
I like move over to the next door.
It's operating room.
Okay. You start waddling over to the other door, and again, the golems, the flesh golems, that's what they are.
Yeah.
Similar to, like I said, 13, but much more intimidating. They pay you no mind.
Yeah.
You go to the next door, and you see that, and you dust that sign up, and it says nursery.
Oh God.
I go to the final door.
And the final door, it says Starbucks. Yes, in Barovia, there's a Starbucks.
Everywhere.
The final,
Branding, baby.
you dust off the final placard, and it says morgue. A morgue. Sorry, my mask. A morgue.
Then after I see all those, I go back to the room where everyone is.
And the whole time, these creatures don't even pay you any mind, and they just stand swaying and mumbling in the distance by themselves.
How long was that? How long did that take?
That took him about 5 minutes.
Okay, make another charisma saving throw.
Yeah, he's out cold.
Yes!
He's super calm.
Guys, when this wears off, he goes right back to how he was.
Okay, so
All right, so
If you open a door, just kind of look in and you can run. We'll be here waiting.
You said you'll
I mean,
be
I
up
can't.
at normal.
When this, if he passes a saving throw, yeah, he's up
There's
at
some
normal.
mulberries on the floor.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
From the handicap to killing babies. What the hell is going on, man?
Bro, it does that to you.
I know. We need the Starbucks up in this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I let everyone know what's in the other room.
Okay.
Like the 3 rooms
Oh, mate,
and 2
you might
golems.
want to see what the hell's in that nursery there.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Just open up the first.
So if you can just, I know, can you describe to them what you saw, basically?
Yeah. So there are 3 rooms, an operating room, a nursery, and a morgue, and also 2 flesh golems that are looking pretty
Thick and beefy.
pretty scary. Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty. They look very intimidating. From where you're
I
at, you
assume
saw
they're-
they were pretty big.
Yeah.
14 and 15,
Thick
I
and
assume.
beefy men.
Well,
Okay, Joy, what would you like to do?
Should we attack?
well, I mean,
Just
I'm
feeling
just
happy.
opening. Yeah, I can just.
Yeah, just look inside, Joy.
Yeah, I'll go to the operating room.
All right, who's going? Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Okay,
and just
good.
like
Still
Very smart.
disguised.
You walk over to the door and you grab the handle, and it's a brass handle. It's covered with dust, and as you place your hand on it, it feels warm. You opening it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I take paper? There's a building.
It's a
Can you remove that?
loading door.
And put this in the middle.
That thing is almost as tall as you.
When you open the door, you see in the center of the room is a blood-stained table with a white cloth on top of it, and it's dimly lit. And there are 2 illumination orbs or light bulbs in the far corners, providing a faint orange glow in this room. But what catches your attention is on the table, underneath the white sheet, there is a body. Now, there's some strange apparatuses and machinery around the body. One of them appears to be a metal pole with a jug of a clear liquid, and there's a tube from that jug going to the body underneath the white cloth. On the other side is a machine that looks like an accordion going up and down, and that too has a black thick tube going to the head area of the figure underneath the white cloth. It's very eerie in this room and cold, and I need you to make a perception roll. 14 or higher.
17.
Perfect. You see the chest area of this figure slowly rising and going down. Slowly rising and going down. And it's a small figure. A small, maybe about a 4 foot, 4.5 foot tall person.
Which one of you?
She's.
So you're standing there and you closing it?
Yeah.
Or you're going to kill it or shake it like the rest of them want to
He
do?
was closing the door.
Let's kill everything! As
I
one!
know, I'm closing the door. I'm like, okay. Cool, good to know.
Okay, so you reach up and you close the door very quietly. And it closes, nothing else goes on. You see Joy sort of do this, and Joy makes eye contact with all of you. Explain to them the expression on your face.
It's just like I'm seeing some shit in here. Maybe. It's just like wide-eyed and.
You're like a little horrified.
Joy was wrong.
No, we're just looking at her through the door.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Cloven, you make the eye contact. Are you going to go and open up the other door?
Yeah.
All right, so Joy, or Cloven the Hunchback, starts moving over there. Can you give me that card, please?
The scariest room of all, the nursery.
I know.
In this room, there contains wreckage of old wooden cribs all about the area. There is a window at the far end with frost that leads outside. There appears to be nothing else in this room. There is one single bulb that keeps it lit. But something catches your attention, Joy. Well, as you look in the mirror and you peer in the room, in your reflection behind you, you see a figure hanging from a noose. And you immediately see the figure in the reflection behind you is Cassidon. Cassidon, your teammate, is hanging by the noose, slowly rocking back and forth, and he's dead.
That's very
This
scary.
happened.
Yeah. I quickly close the door and I
would be
it's like, oh, okay, all right. I settle my nerves and then I head to the final door.
How much time has gone by?
I'm sorry,
How much time has gone by?
it's about 3.5 minutes.
Okay, another con save, or charisma saving throw.
Okay, so you're going to open up the next door?
Mhm.
You put them over there?
Mm-hmm.
Be a very creative and lovely person, and spread these out very nice and easy over there. Again, the golems are still in the distance, in the shadows, swaying and trance-like back and forth, not paying any mind to you, and they're not even making any noises at this juncture. And obviously, they do not feel threatened.
Yeah.
And I'd like to thank my assistant who's laying out bodies all over this area, marked the morgue.
Okay.
Upon opening this door, you notice a thick blood trail on the ground leading into this room as something was dragged. Your nose gets bombarded with the scent of decayed flesh as you open that door, and you see bodies piled up all over the place in this room. The thing that startles you the most is the bodies aren't just of regular humans. These are dissected bodies of dwarves, elves, halflings, humans, and tieflings. All have been amputated. All of them have marks and numbers drawn on their bodies. They're apparently adventurers such as you and your friends.
See? Yep.
Unwilling people failed experiment.
But everything's okay.
Yeah. Everything's okay. I close the door
Door's gonna need some therapy.
and I go back to the party.
Were the bodies naked, or were they? Did they have were they in armor and
All right,
stuff?
there was butt naked,
Yeah.
and they've all been dissected in different parts of their bodies, and you see, looks like numbers and words written all in different parts.
All right. So in the operating room, there's a person underneath the cloth, that's and machines and other stuff. Not. They were alive though because they were breathing.
Do you recognize the person?
I didn't lift the I just left. they were small though, 4.5 feet tall, maybe. So maybe a kid and or dwarf or halfling, something like that. And then the next room, there were cribs and stuff in the nursery, and then there was a mirror that showed Cassidon hung to death.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Me?
yeah, you. You were dead, hung in the reflection. It was eerie.
Now, you guys hear this. This is the second omen, or image, or vision of Cassidon hanging dead.
Son of a bitch.
And then
Don't take kindly to threats.
yeah, in the final room in the morgue, there were tons of different races, different adventurers. I assume because that's the only place tieflings and dwarves come from in this place. So they were all mutilated and naked and had numbers carved into them and stuff.
Oh, that sounds awful.
Yeah, not great.
So, we're at this pickle now. You guys are here. She's telling you. Are you staying in cloven form now, or are you going back to?
Yeah, we'll say like this for
Okay.
an hour.
Charisma saving throw.
Cloven, who's sleeping on the ground, the real Cloven, rolls a -4.
Hey, we should see who's
So
up.
he's still out.
That beat it.
Yeah, Cloven's out.
See if you recognize, or maybe it's one of the children from we could rescue. You know, if they're being kept alive here, maybe we could.
Oh, you want to go look
Yeah,
at it?
yeah, let's.
pull the thing off.
Yeah,
Alright, she's gonna go look and see, look at what's under
pull
there.
the sheet back real quick.
You can't just like a sheet or something and run away. Come on, man.
You can. No,
You absolutely can.
It's a red button. You gotta push it.
We should have brought you a sheet.
All right. So you going back to the first room?
Yeah,
the
the
operating
operating
room?
room.
There's
I'm
Okay.
gonna-
Red one.
Once again, you open up this room, and the machines and the apparatuses are going. Yeah, there's a hum of electricity. There is a body under a clean white sheet, but the table itself has stains. It looks like blood or other soils on it. The figure under the cloth is breathing. Are you going to reach out?
Yeah, I left the sheet around them.
You slowly reach over, you grab the sheet, and you go over to pull it back.
Enter?
Talk to me.
Yeah, I'm saying we may need to.
It's like,
I can see the golems from the
Oh,
door,
yeah.
right?
Do we see the blood coming out the door? Is it-
Spurting across
No.
the room.
No, but Joy's been in there for quite some time. You're unaware of the mess that she's making, trying to do some medicine and move IVs and.
Yeah.
But
So-
I'm worried about her. Joy, we need to go get her.
Alright,
we're going. We're gonna go in.
yeah,
We're going in.
Are you just gonna run towards
All
the
right.
golems?
No, we're going. I'm going to the golems.
yeah.
I'm going straight to them.
And I'll follow suit.
Okay.
I'm taking the one on the far.
So we're just gonna attack. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not gonna attack. If they attack me, I'm just gonna walk towards them.
Try and keep them distracted?
Yeah, because they're staring at my friend over there.
Oh, jeez.
They're staring at the room.
Yeah. She's in the room.
Aslog, you walk into the room first, holding your battle axe. The two golems don't even pay attention to you. They're just staring at that room, expecting to see something.
Perfect.
You're standing there with the blade, breathing heavy. They're looking past you at that door. Can you move? The golems move a little bit closer. Can you move them up? Yep, perfect. And the other one, yep. And they slowly stammer forward, and they're bigger than you.
Oh, jeez.
So, what would you like to
We're
do?
going in as well.
Move your figure in. You see the same thing. The golems pay no attention. They're staring at this room. Now, where you guys all, when you start slowly filing in, you see the operating room is well lit, but Joy is standing over somebody, and blood is just pouring out all over the place. And you see her frantically, or the hunchback, frantically trying, and the hunchback looks up, covered in blood, with a desperate look on its face.
I'm gonna run in there and grab her.
You're gonna run in now?
Yeah.
Wait, hold up. Bran, what would you like to do? So-
I would like to put myself closer to the flesh columns.
Okay.
Like move into the room and put myself closer.
Again, they're not paying attention to you guys. They're staring at the door.
Okay.
Oh, you
Well,
did.
if I see the blood,
You
right?
see it. Yep.
I'm gonna go do lay of hands on the. I'm gonna walk in.
Put your character in there. Joy, you see the paladin walk in. You see on the table a young girl, very beautiful, about maybe 15 or 16 years old, bleeding. Her face is turning pale, and you see Cloven, the hunchback, Joy, trying desperately. You raise your hand.
By Torm, be healed.
The paladin says,
Smack her.
there's a chant, and a quick breeze, a cold gust goes into the room, and you feel this. And suddenly, as you're holding down the pressure, the blood stops pouring through your fingers. You put your hands up, your bloody, horrible-looking hands, and you see she stopped bleeding. Looking to your left, you see the paladin in his shining armor standing majestically next to you.
I was thinking
Great
like
job.
one of those preachers
Great
that do
job.
the snake handling,
Yeah.
where they like slap them. That's what I think paladins do when they lay hands.
That's right.
It's
That's
not
right.
just normal. It's like, oh.
Catch his hands.
Yep.
All right, you guys see the stress look of Cloven or Joy
Yeah.
has calmed and dissipated, and they're both standing over this girl. What would you like to do?
I did the lay of hands. So
Yes.
she's
This is
done.
Gertruda. Remember from
You guys are talking now, right?
Just
yeah.
Okay. She doesn't wake up or anything.
No, she's out cold.
We must take her back to the village.
Yeah. To Mad Mary.
What the hell are you people doing?
Okay, you hear this. You see what's going on. These creatures are still standing there watching the door, waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm
We're out.
looking at the creatures, but also saying to these guys, like, what is going on? What are you doing to that person? Who is that?
Yeah.
Yes. I was like, Karen,
Yeah. So anyway, so yes, we healed her.
let's get out of there.
Let's get out of here. We
Burn
just
her
need
out of
to
the
do
room.
it.
See these guys.
Put this over there.
So you gonna pick her up and carry her?
Yeah. You want
Is
to pick
this
her up
her?
or do you have Fiddlewick?
Uh,
Make Fiddlewick do it.
No, Fiddlewick's still in.
Oh, he's in there with
He's
you.
in holding my hand. I'm
I got you.
petting.
I'll
Either you pick her up or I can.
I'll-
but
I'll carry
if
her.
something happens.
Yeah.
I won't be
I'll
ready.
carry her.
You got that gold.
Get out of there. Those golems are still in there.
You guys want to kick ass, and you will do it if you really have to. You see these two creatures are massive. They're about 6 to 7, between 6.5 and 7 feet tall. They're broad, and they have very ghostly looking eyes, and their bodies look like jigsaw puzzles. And they seem agitated now.
All right, let's try to get out of here.
Yeah. Carrying the body.
Okay,
Leaving.
Cloven starts walking out with the body. The two golems see this, and they don't seem happy at all whatsoever.
They get one step closer.
And now, one of them tosses in the air. One of them tosses a bed up in the air, and the bed spins and crashes on a wall. They're coming at you. Initiative. so
Or you can do another charisma saving throw. For sure.
okay, I got a 17. All right, so who had a 15 to 20?
16, 22.
What was it?
17.
16 to what? 16 to 20 or 15 to 20?
15 to 20 or higher.
Oh, I got
22.
15.
17.
All right, so you're gonna put Joy first.
15, you got a 16.
Uh,
I got 16.
so you're gonna put Joy
Mine's
first,
17.
Cassidy and Bran.
Alright.
Cassidy and Bran. Tonic, right? Me. What did you get?
12.
What did you get?
5.
Okay, starting with you. You have Hunchback Cloven. You've got this child, this teenager girl that's sleeping on your shoulder.
Joy reaches to her partner, to her side, grabs her horn with her free hand, and blows like a low, like rumbling note, and casts fairy fire on the two flesh.
Right
wolves.
on.
Very fire.
Just like, it was like +1.
They have to make dexterity saving throws.
Oh shit! All right.
14.
First one.
Everyone else has
Explain to
advantage.
everybody what your ability looks like.
Yeah, so Joy reaches to her side, grabs the horn, and lets low rumbling note, and as the note like settles, like winks of like purple flames start to appear and circle around.
Okay. First saving throw is a 4.
All right.
Alright.
And what happens to him?
So like the like purple flame wreaths his body, and now you have advantage on attacks against him.
Okay, and the second one is a 5.
All right, both of them, purple flames advantage,
All right.
Alright.
and then I leave the room.
And would you turn? Okay.
Yep.
Are you coming out here?
Yeah, I go to join you, and I put her body down.
As you step into the other room, you step over large pieces of wood from furniture, avoiding tripping over these big chunks of wood, and you step into that area. Next up is going to be Cassidy.
Alright, I'm gonna go ahead, pick up my hand crossbow that's on my waist, load the bolt in, ready myself, and shoot at number 2.
Okay, Cassidy takes his crossbow and he aims. Do they have numbers on them?
Yeah, number 2.
Number 2. Yeah.
Hold on.
There's 1 and 2.
Go ahead, sir.
You have advantage.
Alright, so 23.
You stand with cat-like reflexes, and your bow shoots across the room, and poof! Nice shot, right into its side.
Thinking the half orc should do more wrestling.
16 damage.
You should do more wrestling.
Or jump and grab.
It goes into the golem. It comes out the back. The golem just looks down and grunts loudly. And it looks up at you, and on your experience with combat and seeing flesh get damaged, you have a very scary feeling that you did absolutely nothing to this creature. Anything else?
Just prep another bolt and back up a little bit out of
Okay.
the room towards the doorway there, the threshold.
Bran, you've seen this.
Yeah.
A normal man would die. A normal man would be hurt. But this arrow, this well-placed arrow, went sailing through the torso of one of those creatures. It didn't even flinch. You also notice the wound closes up.
Yeah, we can lock them in the room. Or block the door with
I'm
one.
going to yell to my companions, "Get out! Bar the door! Run away!"
You hear him scream that. Alright? So, and what, are you going to take off?
I will,
Or are you going to say, I'll stay in and fight these motherfuckers?
No, but what I am going to do is I'm going to hold my move action as people are going so that I can stay in front. You understand what I'm saying?
I see what you're saying. Oh, very
So
good.
I'm
Let
trying
everyone
to.
be first.
Look at that, guys, what he's doing
I'm
for
gonna
you.
throw while I'm moving to do that. Can I, with my second action, because he gets 2 attacks?
Yep.
I'll just move anyway. Throw a bolt, like use my crossbow, my hand
You
crossbow.
want to do that now?
Sure, why not? I mean, it's not gonna.
Okay,
I figure it's not gonna do much, but I'm just.
Bran yells
Shoot
for
the
you to
number
leave
2.
now! And he takes his bolt, and you shoot. Make the roll.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
Wow. Your blade goes right to the throat and out the backside of the neck of the golem that you were shooting. It looks down, looks up at you agitated, and it growls. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens. Okay.
Bran, you better get out of here.
Yeah, I'm sort of like doing this as I'm backing up to see that the other people are
Okay.
leaving.
Next up is Tonic. Now, you also see this. You've seen two well-trained marksmen with their bows shoot, taking arrows that would knock down an ox. And these creatures didn't even budge. They don't look like they're taking any damage whatsoever.
I got something. This little thing you gave me, this little ointment right here.
Uh-oh.
Because it's
Alright,
a bonus action, right?
Why don't you tell the people sitting at the table who forgot what you have, nice and clear, can you tell them what you're going to do and have?
So I'm going to pull out from my belt this ointment that was given to me. I'm going to slather it on my sword, take my flint, set it on fire. I'm going to walk right out here.
And that's one full action.
Yep.
As you're all ready to pile out, the room gets bright as you see Tonic walking out with a sword on fire, glowing. His face is an orange, yellowish glow. The lights dance on his beautifully polished paladin armor. As a man possessed, he slowly starts walking forward with his sword on fire.
How do they react to that? Do they like seeing that kind of thing?
Make a perception roll, please. 10 or higher. Right now, you're concerned with this glowing, and you feel the heat, and the heat is very hot.
Gotcha. All right, we should run now.
Okay, so next up are the golems. Let's move.
Use your movement.
Yeah. I moved up, right?
Okay.
To challenge.
How far did you move?
I'm gonna be like challenging, like I could attack, they can attack me.
Okay.
Right now, Tonic the Paladin walks forward with his blazing blade. Both the golems, they stop, and they look over at you, and their eyes are bright, and you see the shine of the flames dancing within the eyes. The shadows on their faces show, for the first time, fear, as the two golems start stepping backwards. One falls over one of the tables, and they see the fire, and you guys all notice that this is terrifying to them. And they start moving back. Can you move them back as far as you can, please?
Nice.
Trying to get out of here.
Door is a wooden door.
Yeah.
Can you light it on fire? Can
I don't
you
want to
open
place
it?
on fire though.
Like the wooden door.
Yeah, sure. All the babies that are in the other parts, yeah, they're okay.
That's all I'm saying. I'm just using it as Yep. All right, let's get out of here.
You guys are going to follow? You're going to attack?
Yeah.
Aslog?
Out, I'm out. I'm
All
out.
right. You guys are slowly walking back. The last images you see of these two golems with their massive arms against the wall and their heads sort of looking, and they seem very intimidated by the flaming sword. You, on the other hand, hold up.
You hanging in the mirror? Hanging in the mirror?
Oh, he told me about it already.
You want to go in there?
Nah, I don't need to see me hanging from dead. Not again. That's the second time.
I need you to roll a 1d8 dice, please.
Like father, like son.
In 2 rounds, based on the way you feel this metal and you're looking at your sword, it starts melting. In 2 rounds, your sword is going to be completely gone.
Yeah.
Well, I hope you have another sword.
I'll have to find you one.
Everybody exits the room. Let's move everybody out.
So, you know, and I can't use water. It's oil, right? So,
Well, might as well
It's
make
extremely
use of it.
hot, and you feel it melting your weapon. You're the last one out. Are we leaving the door open, running?
I'm gonna drop the sword right here.
Okay, you drop it down, and as you drop, you hear a splat, and pieces of it shatter and start melting, almost like Terminator 2-esque,
Sure.
as you see the melting of the metal and fire going up. The golems are still on the far end. So, the door is closed, and we're back to quiet.
And barricade it. Put all that broken wood.
Yeah.
Don't we have
Light
a
fire.
hunchback to prop the door shut? He's
Yes,
crying.
but he's about to break out of the charm.
Been calling after so long.
Yeah, he already rolled this.
You close the door, all of you guys step back. There's light dancing at the bottom of the door sill, lighting up the floor. Around you, Cloven's on the ground, unconscious, because of her lovely magic spell. And there's debris and chunks of wood everywhere in this room. The girl you're holding is still sleeping.
Is this a one-time oil thing?
Oh, yeah.
Go back to
Okay, so this place is probably gonna burn a little bit.
I just want to keep him away from the door.
What do we want to do about?
We're in here. Might as well check it out real quick and get the hell out.
Yeah. This other door here?
We're not gonna be able to
Stairs.
come back, really, after all this.
Yep.
Would you make a perception roll for me, sir?
Sure. 9. No bonuses.
Yeah, you knew that the floor you were standing on was a marble or a concrete floor.
Yep.
So that sword probably, the fire on from your sword will not probably spread.
Good.
You picked up on that, okay?
Yeah, that's what I was
So
thinking.
collectively, you're in this office, this decrepit office. It's quiet on the other side. Occasionally, you hear some of the beds screeching against the floor from the golems, but there's no other action or going on. What are we gonna do?
I'm gonna check out this other door. Would you guys?
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, I'll run over and check that.
You
All right,
follow
so-
behind you.
Did you make the saving throw? The charisma saving throw?
Yeah.
I
Now
like
that we
your
have
eye.
this girl, we can't.
Oh, I fucking got an 18.
That passes, so he's exactly how he was before chapter.
He's freaking out.
Yeah, he's still freaking out. Cloven actually wakes up, but he still has his hand down, and he's in the same situation as before,
We're leaving,
mumbling
buddy.
to himself.
Thank you. You're a big help.
Cloven just says, "Master, no, please," and he keeps mumbling. He's messed in the head right now from all the shit you guys been pulling.
Yeah.
Let's put everybody outside on the catwalk.
We'll just leave him here.
On the catwalk. Catwalk. That's what we're doing. The board first. Yep.
Outside.
Somebody's on the first level. There we go.
Oh, we're going in. We're going in here.
I want to
Oh,
check
we're
this
going
door.
to the other door.
That door there?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I already unlocked that door.
Oh, okay.
So he, in my opinion, he was holding this girl hostage and was going to chop her up. So what I was thinking.
Speak again louder, please.
Oh, in my opinion, he captured this girl. Now I might have been, led to believe that he was helping her in some way, but because she had all the numbers, like he was going to dissect pieces of her and take her, not a good guy.
Yeah.
So all bets are off. We can explore, we can kill,
Maybe
we
he
can do
was
everything.
taking her face to put on that other woman. Violet
That's true.
Basilica.
and Silica.
Doesn't make him a good guy.
She was
Yeah, I was
missing
thinking
the
the same thing.
She was wearing a mask.
But what if he's trying to put that face on her?
So
Oh, that's pretty clever.
do you guys believe that his evil outweighs the good that he does? So he was able to
I got a hand, but I don't
put
like
a
it.
hand on there, but is he able to do good things for other people? Does that outweigh his ability to
I don't.
kidnap and torture
Not
and
with what
He's
I've
also
seen
killed like
today.
a lot of adventure.
that whole room was full,
Yeah, that was
right?
full of just people.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think he was a bad.
So you guys are already
just
in
kinda
your set
discussing.
mind that he killed all those people, and the girl you just saved is absolutely innocent and sweet. Is that where we're going at?
Yep.
That's where,
No.
yeah.
His
So
stance
far.
on
that's what we're
Strahd
assuming.
has already made me suspicious at this point.
So bets are off. Do we need to put a stop to this doctor?
Yeah, I'm slaying. Slaying and slaying.
That,
Or
or
we
maybe
can-
we can at least leave him a mess to deal with.
A man that
He did give this our friend a new hand.
And saved his life. He was dying.
he kidnaps children and chops them up.
And puts them on people's backs.
Let's keep it. Let's keep searching for more clues.
Let's go in this other room.
Blue skidoo.
I need no more clues.
Okay. The second door you guys approach outside. Once again, the creature in the cage is not making noise, not banging, but its eyes are fixated on all of you.
Alright, I prestidigitation the blood off of me.
Good idea.
Okay, and are you still in the hunchback form?
Yeah, it hasn't been an hour yet, right?
No.
Okay. So,
You go to this next door. Who's the first one in?
Cassidy.
I'll go
Yeah, let him in first.
Oh yeah, him. He's in disguise.
Yeah, let Joy in first.
Yep, great.
Joy, as Cloven, opens the door.
Hello, Clovian.
Just as hunchback.
Master?
no,
Yeah,
sir.
just like- I mean,
Please,
yes.
master.
Please, master? Question mark.
Approaching this room, there's obviously a huge smell of garlic as the door opens up, and it salts your nostrils.
Salt.
You see this room is lit with 2 orb illumination or light bulbs in each of the 4 corners. There are 3 bunk beds to the north wall, and they're all somewhat well made. No one's sleeping in them, however. This room's about a 30-foot square, but against the southern wall is a white sheet covering something about 3 feet high, and it's inanimate, not moving. Could be an object, a statue, you don't know, because it's covered in a sheet.
A monoculus.
I pull the sheet.
Alright.
I go to the
There's something I do when I play these campaigns, guys, off the scenario, is I do like a gambling for a very special rare magic item known as Flame Tongue.
Nice.
It is a sword of pure fire, which will not melt on you.
Nice.
So let's put and it's in stone.
Oh no.
Exactly. Put that in the room, please. So when you pull back the sheet, you see a sword and some stone, and around the floor is an inscription of some type of religious language. But you do catch the words Saint. You do catch the words. Thank you. That says Saint Andrews. The sword has inscription in common tongue, and it says flame tongue. Now, the way this works, guys, and I do this with all my players, no one has ever pulled this out. And the way to pull out is really simple. A perfect 20. Now, you can decide to make another pull, but you have to do so for half your health. And it has to be a 20. So if you roll a 19, you had to, it's got to be a natural 20.
What's it stuck in?
Some type of stone, petrified stone, and it looks very
How
sturdy.
heavy is the stone?
It's mad heavy.
Because we could try a couple times. Yeah.
Well,
Stick
it's
with
there. You could probably carry the stone out if you rip apart the floor.
Yes.
But I don't think the sword's going to do any good. So, Joy, you see this. The rest of you guys are still outside on this catwalk. You hear no other commotion going on in the rooms you were just at, and you're still carrying over your shoulder, or you gave it to her.
I'm so
You still have this teenage girl that's out cold.
Yeah.
I go back to the door. I'm like, hey guys, there's a sword named Flame Tongue and some stone here. No one else
pass
is in
that
the
around.
room.
A sword and stone.
Yeah,
Can you pull it out?
I haven't tried.
Well,
Give it
I
a
shot, mate.
check if it's trapped first.
All right,
It's a
Do
sword.
we all want to go in?
Yes.
pile everybody into the
I
room.
mean, I know what happens.
Who has
I'm
the
not
girl?
excited or anything.
Who has the girl?
I saw it.
Okay, you saw her on your shoulder. She's draped over. She colors in. She's obviously sleeping.
Oh, there's a chance to pull it. It's just
If you guys want to, I do this a lot of my campaigns, but no one has ever pulled out Flame Tongue and obtained this beautiful prize. Today might be the day.
Yeah.
I doubt it though.
Well,
It's a badass weapon to have, and it's magical.
give it a shot.
It's not OP, but it's good enough to help you guys out. So, who's gonna go first? If you're gonna try it, or you can just leave it alone.
So the first try is for free?
We all get one.
One shot, perfect. One at a time. Who's going first?
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
Okay, wait. Cassidy walks over to it, wipes his hands, and he reaches over and he grabs it. You feel it's very hard and stern. He begins to pull. Perfect 20. What did you roll?
14.
14. And guys, say it loud so people watching this know.
Can I use a luck point?
No, not for this.
Oh, damn.
14. Cassidy tries. You see him struggling and he sweats. His body stops tensing up, and he looks back at all of you with a look of failure.
Can do it, mate.
Anybody? Who's next?
I will
Go,
go.
Paladin.
Tonic, you walk up, you look at it,
Tonic,
you start
tonic.
breathing heavy.
Yeah.
Reach down, you see this awesome paladin in his shiny armor. Reach down,
5%.
you grab this blade, and you know that with this
5%.
blade, you could do a lot of damage for your lord.
Tonic,
Here we go.
tonic.
Perfect 20, let's do it.
It's almost no. It is a 12.
12. Tonic tries. Unlike Casson, who's showing physically struggling, Tonic seems cool and calm, but he just stops and walks away with his head down, looking different.
Hold on. What was the thing now? So we lose half our hit points permanently?
Yep. Until the healing or the next day. If you try it again after that, it's going to be complete. Or you pass out.
Oh, I want to try again. I'm at 42, so why can't I?
So you'd
Go for it. I need you to do a roll, not just a gentle roll. And here he goes. 12. Take half your hit points. Where are you at now?
21.
You see him get really sick. He staggers a little bit. He actually bumps into the wall. He looks very sickly. He doesn't look healthy at all. As he tries the second time, his eyes look at all of you like, holy shit, like life force was just sucked out of his body. The blade glows a little bit and then dissipates.
Can I keep trying? I got cure light wounds and stuff. Can I just keep
This is a magic beyond that. This is the Dungeon Master magic. If you try and fail this one, you're out cold.
But just be like, it's okay. Tomorrow I can try again though?
Tomorrow we'll come back.
Break our way in.
Anybody else gonna try?
I'm gonna go for it.
Aslog walks up with his brand new hand, and by the way, your hand was originally purplish red, black fingernails, your new hand. Now it's just red with black fingernails. And you have all feeling, you have a little bit of itching, some throbbing, but nothing major.
Do it. Yeah, you got this.
Aslog walks over. He glances at everyone. He grabs the handle of the sword, and
11.
11.
he can't even pull it out. This massive half-orc.
Okay, Joy.
Yeah, Joy reaches over with one hand. She's like, oh, my
Joy
God.
reaches over with one hand, with a child over her shoulder, and
No, that's a 10.
that's a
I
10.
saw a 0. I was like,
I reach my hand back over it.
Try it.
Attempt to pull it out.
I want you to stay nice and loud your roll when you do it, please. And here he goes. He's going to try one more.
A 9.
And he loses half his health.
All right, friends.
He actually falls over, and the wall catches him as well, and his sickly body bumps against the paladin, who also looks extremely sick. Now Joy is the last one. Joy walks over. Severa walks over, and she looks at all the men. She reaches down. Are you going to say a prayer before you roll?
I got this.
May the light be with my roll. 11.
Oh, and nothing happens. She struggles. Apparently, this is not working. So,
Did everyone try?
I'm not sacrificing. Brand didn't try.
Just
I
try.
do not believe that this is for me.
Try, Brand. You can give it to someone.
You can do
A
this.
paladin
I
without a
believe
sword,
it.
perhaps.
Give it a try.
Roll the nat 20, Ron.
Brand.
All right, I'm gonna grab it.
Yes.
and you did a perfect 20.
Oh,
16.
16.
Better than the rest of us.
nope. I try with all my might.
You can't budge it.
Sweat. Nothing.
It's everybody, huh?
For
Yes,
another-
everybody's tried it. Once again, Flame Tongue is unclaimed.
Dilutes us.
All right, so we're gonna exit this room and head back out to the catwalk. Yes.
Yep.
All right, let's pull everybody out of this room. The air once again is cold. It is still pitch black out. The sky is still clear with a few stars dancing and watching you below.
So, we really can't stay here tonight.
Right. But we can explore the bottom floor.
Now you know it is pretty dangerous outside of the wilderness. So.
Hells yeah.
I mean, we can sneak back to our room anytime. Or sleep.
Just go back to sleep.
Okay.
Get my health back.
Well, we need to go
I mean, we've got a
downstairs.
unconscious lady with us, though.
We can't.
That would be awkward in the morning.
We have an
Yeah.
unconscious
During
who's she?
dinner.
We have
she
a
get-
hunchback who
He's
eventually
obviously-
will wake up.
Yeah, but all he can say is, no master,
That's true.
please master.
But he can text.
Please,
He can,
master.
yeah, he can use his thumbs.
Yeah.
He can write.
Adventures
He's
came
amazing
by, they tackled
writer.
you.
He's gonna log onto his MySpace account and be like, "Those motherfuckers!"
He has calligraphy.
Are we adventuring downstairs?
I want to
Might
check
as
out
well.
downstairs.
We
He
are.
doesn't be pissed anyways. So.
What are we gonna do with the girl? Are you gonna hold her the whole time? Because if you do, you're gonna be disadvantaged with a lot of shit.
Want to take her to the room? Well, where she disappears.
13 has a crush on you. I don't think he'll do anything to the girl if he spots you.
You gotta use that shit.
That's.
Have
He's
13
not supposed to come up
babysitter.
anyway, so
Yeah?
we
Give
can.
it a shot.
Yeah, let's put the girl back in our room. Let's Gertrude up.
Okay, so and you guys are gonna inspect the floor downstairs, right?
Yes.
All right. For the sake of time, what we're gonna do is you're gonna go across. Cloven is sleeping in the cellar. This chick is out cold. Are you gonna put her in the attic or in the cellar?
Attic.
She's in the attic. You could tell she'll be out for a while. For the rest of you, we're gonna take a quick break, 10 minutes. We're gonna set up the lower level and we'll go from there. Stretch your legs, get some drinks.
Fresh air, baby.
Some fresh air, yeah.
Fresh air.
Nice to breathe a little.
Worm tongue is unclaimed once again.
Damn it.
Flame tongue. I'm sorry.
Flame tongue. Flame tongue's lucky my lucky rolls don't work.
Yeah.
I would have spent all 3 of them, so that's fine.
It's kind of hard to get the fingers, right?
Yeah.
You're doing awesome. Thank you so much.
I did get some feedback